The police department will continue to enforce this as we have the previous rendition of the policy in a fair, lawful, and reasonable manner. We're going to always focus on illegal aliens who commit crimes. That's going to be our primary focus. The county policy, as I would remind you, is the county's overall policies is one of the most stringent in the country. I see it as three components. We have the program in the jail. If someone winds up in jail, they will be screened for their immigration status. If they are taken into physical custody by our officers, they will be screened for their immigration status. And if they are involved in serious criminal activity, whether they've been arrested or not, our criminal alien unit will take their immigration status into account in their investigation. For example, would be gang membership. Someone who is here illegally, who is involved with a criminal gang, is at high risk to have their attention, the attention of this criminal alien unit. It's an evolving process, and we'll continue to learn what documentation we need to do in terms of trying to track what we're doing, what we're accomplishing. You know that the University of Virginia and consortium is doing an evaluation. I would anticipate that the next report, or an interim report regarding that, will be to the board in the fall of this year. Later on in a media briefing, I will release some of the details of the statistics regarding the month of April and May activity as to how many people we identified, etc. But this presentation is for your information. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Let me just ask you this. When an officer pulls somebody over and there's no driver's license or there's any question as to the person's identity, what is the likelihood that their immigration status would be checked? It's
very likely that the immigration status would be checked under those circumstances. Anytime our officers are involved in legitimate police activity where there's a question about someone's identity, we would routinely check immigration status or wanted status.
Any further questions? Mr. Stirrup?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chief, thank you very much for the presentation. I just wanted to clarify one point, and that was to the issue of physical custodial arrest. And just if you could explain for the public's edification that means custodial arrest, meaning that doesn't you may not physically be incarcerated, correct?
That's correct. What in looking at that, an issue has come up from time to time as to whether it's duplication to have the 287G and the federal authority in the jail and also have the police have that authority. And the answer is kind of hits on what you're asking. The answer is no, it's not duplication, because about half of the people that we physically arrest are released at the magistrate's level. So they can be released on bond or on their own recognizance or whatever. So physical arrest means we put hands on, we lay hands on, and then take them to the magistrate. Police officers don't lock people up in jail. They don't make that decision. They take them to the magistrate. The magistrate makes the decision from there.
Thank you.
Good point. Mr. Newey?
I just want to say to the chief, but for the public, I'm really impressed with this presentation. I appreciate all the cooperation you've shown the board and the community on this. I said back in October, there's no law enforcement officer in this country I trust more with a program like this to execute it in a fair and reasonable and just manner than you, Chief. And I appreciate the diligence you continue to show on this issue.
Further questions? Well, again, Chief, on behalf of the board, I want to thank you. I think that this policy and the revisions that we've made to the general order are good. They retain the strength of the policy and improve it and make it more legally defensible. And I want to thank you, in particular, and your department for your hard work.
Thanks, sir.
Great. Thanks a lot. Mr. County Executive.
The next item, Mr. Chairman, is a presentation on some work that's been done by a number of individuals, including folks from county staff, state staff, and representatives of a public nonprofit entity. But I particularly want to acknowledge, as the room clears, the work of Melissa Pecor in pulling this presentation together.